Hello, everybody. Thank you for the follow, Dr. Skills, and thank you for everybody that followed recently just before we got started. Thank you, Pirate Lamb, if you're here. Chandler Burbank. Thank you, Drew, for the follow. Thank you, Chandler, for the subscriber on YouTube. So thank you guys for being here. We've got people on both Twitch and YouTube, which is always exciting. Well, shoot, Drew. Well, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you, guys. If you guys don't mind being a bit of a guinea pig here, can you tell me if this audio is balanced? So when we get started, you're gonna be able to hear the developers, because that's, important. So I want to make sure that the audio is decently balanced. So this, I'm just gonna play their random cooking stream. Just tell me how balanced this is audio wise once there's actually audio. There's zero audio. Okay. Why is it? All right, that's awkward. Why is there no audio coming through? Okay. Okay. All right, let me fix this. Thank you, King, for the follow. Every so often, these capture cards are just garbage. Let's see if it works on do they also do? It's probably Bethesda. Thank you for the follow, Box Ninja. Thank you guys for all being here. I think they also do it here. All right, let's see if this comes up on the capture card. I'll just play a random video. See if that goes. Thank you, level 1 Goblin. This is not playing. This capture card is honestly hot garbage. Like, I bought it from GameStop because it's 4K and it is a piece of hog piss. So I am going to swap. I'm gonna plug it out and plug it back in again because this is what it's like when you're like, oh, I'm gonna upgrade from a 1080p thing all the way up to a 4K one. It just doesn't work. Thank you, Laura Ball 13. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna plug it out and plug it back in again. All right, let's see if this freaking works. All right, audio. All right, so it picked up the audio of. Okay.
Let's go.
It seems like it's picking up audio. There will be, but I think the Twitch drops are only going to be enabled once the stream gets started. So my cat is asleep right now. She's in her little cat tower, dead asleep. Thank you for the follow. Time is precious. Just in case I missed you, thank you for the follow, Larball. Hey Jake, how's it going? It's going to you also. All right.
All right, we're gonna try and pour this in.
And audio. How does this sound balance wise?
There would be nothing worse than like a bunch of little sesame seeds.
Pretend I'm not talking. How well does this sound to you?
The food version of glitter.
I like that. There we go. Alrighty.
Oh, did you tell them what we're making today?
I did, yeah, and we can go over it.
I think they might be very quiet in this stream because they're very far away from their mics. So we might need to tweak it now that I'm looking at it because they're kind of far. I think they're kind of far away. Because I'm looking, well, because Gina's got a headset on, but I don't know where Jessica's microphone is when she's doing this. That's my only fear with gauging this as the audio. This is why I come 10 minutes early, just to get all this hoopla out of the way. Oh, but thank you guys for the follows. What are we up to on Twitch for follows? Thank you guys for being here on YouTube too. We got 79 people on YouTube and 78. Oh my gosh. There's a one person, there's one extra person on on Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to balance it when we do it, because I think the problem is they're not at their normal microphones, so they're probably going to be significantly louder. I've turned off their audio right now, that way you can listen to me waffle. Thank you, Dirickson. I just left YouTube and came to Twitch. Uh-oh, let's check the stats. Oof, a lot of people just did that. Come on, Twitch. Well, yeah, once the Twitch drop starts, that'll, you know, usually that's what gets people, you know, wins them over. Thank you, Tin Man Finn. To be fair, though, I have a lot of people who just absolutely refuse to go on Twitch. I could make 1,000 YouTube videos about being like, you get free crown crates if you just log in to Twitch. You're good. Hello, GM. And then they're like, no, I refuse. I'm not trying to see some bathtub streams. Going back into work. Well, hopefully we get something good. Hello, GM. I can't say it any louder. Thank you, Captured Fairy, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, guys. These are crazy. You see? Maggot's not moving. We're at 91 watchers now. We are cruising. Oh my gosh, we have more followers. Spanners the Monkey, thank you. Thank you guys all for being here. 91 people on Twitch right now, and oof, YouTube's down to 82. Thank you, Super Slayin, for the resubscription for 3 months, and then thank you, Ray Nikki, for the follow. You guys are crazy. You guys, every time I'm like, you know, should I take a long break at work and use my lunch to come and stream? You guys always make it worth it. Thank you for the 100 bits, Hisselhoff. Exactly. What is a Twitch jam? Who knows? Hey, Jake, I want my dad joke. You know, I've actually been thinking, I've been trying to think of some more Elder Scrolls ones, because I want to try to put those specific ones on t-shirts, but I want to try to make sure I have permission to do so before I get in trouble. And thank you, Rainiki, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Hopefully I did not butcher the your name. It's hard to go back to Twitch when I have YouTube Premium. That is fair. All right, do you guys want just like a generic joke, a New Year's one, like just any dad joke? Do you want something Elder Scrolls related? Because I've been trying to do more Elder Scrolls related ones. The one, listen, I thought this was hilarious, but most people didn't get it right. So I did one. So I was in Cyrodiil, in case you didn't see it, and I said, thank you for the resubscription for 5 months, Brian. So I said, why can the Ebonheart Pact not celebrate Christmas, right? And I said, it's because they're Saint Nicholas. And then I looked at Nickel Outpost, because the Ebonheart Pact is the furthest away from Nickel Outpost, and people didn't get it. And I'm like, this was comedy gold, and you guys missed it. You guys didn't get it. I was so sad. Thank you for the Prime subscription, Nick. Thank you for the follow, Jehovah. There were so many people in the YouTube chat and in the comments that didn't understand it, and I was very hurt. Where is the? They're gonna be in the Elder Scroll. Are they streaming on their Bethesda? Oh, here we go. Thank you for the resub, Dragon Knight. Oh, hang on. Wait for the ads to go. You want to know a little secret about why it's goofy being a content creator? These ads oftentimes will have freaking copyrighted music in them. I didn't get it. It's a stretch. To be fair, there's only so many Elder Scrolls related puns that you can come up with. Like, you know, what's an Argonian's favorite subject to study in school? History. You know, like there are some like that you can do, and there's so many, you know, with Elsewhere being named Elsewhere, you know, you could do so many puns with Elsewhere, but it's hard to create Elder Scrolls related puns, especially when you make as many videos as I do, because I'm always trying to think of something creative that's like relevant to what we're doing. Where's the thing? I guess we're just waiting. Thank you, Megan. I think the people that didn't get it just didn't want to get it because they were in the Ebonheart Pact, and that's why they were like, no. I refuse to understand it. Jake loves to twist this one's tail with the puns. I try my best. What are they going to talk about this stream? They're going to talk about the new dungeons. After that, I don't know. Never. DC all day. Exactly, Doc. I also don't know when they're starting. Like, are they... You guys want to hear the music? It's da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. That's probably like 10 DMCA takedowns right there. If you are watching on YouTube, if you don't mind, hit the like button. Poor favor. That would be awesome of you. We are getting ready for the beautiful live stream. This is our Q1 update 45 update. I'm hoping to see, so notably, I'm not the biggest dungeon person. I think dungeons are fun, but I do want to see some good sets. That's what I'd love to see. Some good sets in the dungeons would be awesome. You know, maybe like a vicious death that's even more powerful, or, you know, a set that makes Harden Ward even more powerful, you know, something like that. Thank you for the follow, the Elite Goldfishy. ESO Plus should have a furniture bag for bound furnishings. They had talked about a furniture bag. Oh, here we go. Hang on. I'll shut up.
Let's go.
Tell me if the audio's good.
Thank you so much for joining today. Welcome back. Happy 2025.
25, not 2005. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I know. I'm
my
still getting used to like whatever year it is, whatever day it is. We were definitely we were off for a little bit, enjoying holiday break. But we're glad everyone's joined us today.
Here with you all.
Yeah. Happy Thursday. It's funny. We were talking before this about like how it's a Thursday and not a Friday, since we normally do our streams on Friday, and then we were like, why are we doing it on a Thursday? And like we just I don't know.
Can't remember.
We can't remember. Yeah, between streaming on Thursday and it being a new year and everything, it's just kind of.
And then our last stream,
back into the swing.
We did the cooking stream, right? And then we did the Vanquish Guild stream. And then we all had a nice holiday break, and now we're back.
Yeah,
it's good to be back doing our first stream with you all this year.
It is. And normally around this time we would.
While they're waffling a little bit, to answer your question, Azure, about the crafting bag, the furniture bag, there was concerns that a furniture bag would have so many items inside of it, it could cause problems with people who were fast traveling. So that was one of the I had asked about that when I was at the San Diego event. And thank you for the follow near Nemus, and I can't even pronounce it. Nem and then Bright. Thank you.
So today. Man Bear Nug, thank you so much for the raid today. Today we're going to be going over what to expect in update 45. But first, in case you missed it, we did just want to touch on the January roadmap, which I have somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. This guy.
There we go. So, as always, we have
We already did a video breakdown about all this. We're good. You know, you guys don't need to know about this. You guys all watch the video.
Is this thing still on?
Oh, I can't see it anymore. Hold on. Let me switch over to Twitch so I can actually see the roadmap. Give me 1 second.
Is it?
Because I don't see it anymore.
Is it you or is it me?
I don't know. I'm going to switch over. Give me 1 second.
You can hear us. Okay. Chat, can you see the roadmap image?
Yeah, something with our Discord setup. It just disappeared for me. It's just white.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Neat.
I know. So give me a second. I'm going through a Red Lobster commercial. This is exciting.
My gosh. Twitch ads. Am I right? Well, anyway, I can go ahead and get started. So the first thing on the roadmap here up in the corner is right now, previewing 2025's first update. That's me, and that's Jess. So that's what we're doing today, obviously. And then we also have this really cool mount. We're partnering with NVIDIA to give away that really cool like teal elk mount. So that is for the next couple days. do want to mention, I saw some people in chat saying, a little disappointed. It's only for Steam and Epic. We did actually fix the issue where just the regular ESO client wasn't.
I don't think that they're going to address that, Alphonse, just because it's, you know, kind of PR is just to never bring up anything negative on a positive thing, realistically. But yeah, so if you had NVIDIA problems, I believe those are all fixed. But I'm always curious why anytime they do any sort of mount, it's always a deer, and why everybody loves deer. It must be like a secret thing that everybody's just secretly in on, that we're like, we want more deer mounts of all colors.
It's white to me. There's nothing else there.
Neat.
Yep. But do we have anything else to go over with the graphic now that I've got it pulled up?
Well, we have our Golden Pursuits that are active, right? Or no, not active yet, in a couple weeks.
Yes. So, whoop, sorry. And that is the Pan-Tamriel celebration.
Yes. Wait.
So that one
no.
is celebrating.
That
No? I don't know where you left off. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh,
No,
the Golden Pursuits all the way to the left.
Yeah. All I did was talk about the elk mount. Sorry, I'm
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm clicking around on my end trying to figure out why
No,
you can't see
it's
anything.
okay.
So go ahead.
I don't know, but it's showing up beautifully on stream.
Neat.
All right, so we have our next PvP Battlegrounds weekend coming up today. Actually, it just started. You fixed it. Okay.
Oh, it's a new year. It's January. Here we go.
So Chaos Ball week.
I will say though, on a positive note, I've not seen anyone get timed out yet. So that's they see. There you go.
To Twitch Drops Fest. I know, Gina, you've been coordinating this one. So this starts on January 20th. You can watch streams to earn Twitch drops. This is a great partner celebration. Gina, anything else to add for that one?
Just that I don't know if Twitch has even like formally announced Twitch Drops Fest for this year. We did talk to them before we put it on this asset, so it's not, surprising Twitch. But yeah, this is going to be a whole big thing across all of Twitch. A number of games are participating, but we are putting in some different types of drops. So you'll be able to get that mount that you see there and a few other things just by watching ESO Twitch streams.
Yep. And then we have our Pan-Tamriel celebration. This is our next big in-game event that starts on January 23rd. We're celebrating 10 years of Tamriel. There's a bunch of new rewards. We'll have more information on that soon. There'll be a full article like we usually have with all the details, including rewards and what you need to do to claim them. And then, just to make sure I didn't skip it, the Golden Pursuits for this month are starting on January 21st and going through February 4th. You can claim.
You guys already know this. We did a breakdown of this bad boy here. I don't know exactly what all the Twitch drops we're gonna have. That'll be good. Please more updates. Yeah, we'll get there. They're giving the breakdown right now of like what's going on this month. Now they're waffling a little bit,
Sold out how I'm streaming out the Discord. It was a whole thing. Anyway, nobody else cares except me and Jess, but I fixed it. Thank goodness. All right, so the reason why everyone is here, update 45. First things first, this is coming to PTS on Monday. What's Monday, the 13th?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, PTS Monday.
Coming to PTS. It is also launching PC on March 10th and consoles on March 25th. So everything that you see that we're going to be talking about today is going to be on our test server on Monday. So we hope that you will hop on, check it out.
All right, so March 10th, March 25th for the actual update and everything we see.
Let's talk about something that Matt mentioned in his end of year letter in December was Cyrodiil. We know that we need to kind of address what's going on in Cyrodiil once and for all. So we're going to have Brian Wheeler on right now, actually, to talk about what we are doing in Update 45 to kind of prepare for some of this stuff.
Did I hear that correctly?
I'm on the camera right now.
You are.
Okay.
You are live and ready to go. I love your cozy fire back there.
Tell us what's going on right now.
It's that
Is this
time.
everything that I've wanted in this stream?
But yeah, we're getting ready to do some crazy stuff in Cyrodiil. So, I want to do a quick little correction here. You said a lot of the stuff is going to be available on PTS next week. What we're showing off here is going to be available the second week.
Thank you for the follows.
Okay.
Just to be clear for
You're right. You're right.
Yep, that's all good. It's all good. So we'll just talk about what this insanity is. We are going to be testing performance at a very different level with this test. We've been nicknaming this thing Cyrodiil Champions, but in game, when you bring up the campaign window, you're going to see a new campaign that's called Vengeance.
Do you want me to swap over
ahead.
so people can see your screen?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
great.
Okay, sorry.
That'd be awesome. No, it's all good.
Here we go.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this thing called Vengeance. It's another campaign. But basically, what we're trying to do with this test is really nail down the complexity of abilities and see how many people we can get into a fight. Like the goal for this is to get as many people into Cyrodiil as possible. Sort of reflecting that other test we had recently where we were just like blow out the cap and let's see what happens. And we started to see that, even with the new hardware, with the complexity of our abilities and everything that is trying to push through the pipeline, we were still running into, performance issues. So this test is really meant to tackle that head on, which is going to be a big change for a lot of people, especially once you get into Cyrodiil. So again, the main goal is to try and get as many people into Cyrodiil as we can, way above the population caps that we have now. And we hope to accomplish this in as big a fashion as we possibly can. So we're going to only have one campaign up and running when this is active as well. On PTS, we're not really going to be looking at numbers and how many people we can get in there, because we really know that the live experience on the live service is where we really get the mass amount of players in there, and that's what we're going to be pushing for.
Right. So on the PTS, this is effectively a functionality test ahead of doing the test on live, right?
Making sure it
Yep.
works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the functionality of this is the reason we're doing an initial test on Cyrodiil on PTS is because there's a lot that changes with your character with this test. So I mean, initially, obviously you can see, we've changed the Sky Dome in Cyrodiil to show like this is an event. This only happens in this one campaign. Things will be highly different. You can see, I got my skill bar at the bottom, but what you put into those are similar but different, and also way toned back. A good example of this is strikes or sweeps. You can see with this, it only does damage in an area. It doesn't do the other stuff that sweeps does that everybody's used to, where it does damage, slows things down and heals you, or it does a debuff. Lots of abilities are highly modified to be way simpler, way
Thank
less
you for the follow.
taxing on the the calculations that the server has to go through. And you're also seeing that there's only the 3 skill lines that you have. And not everybody's going to be a Templar. When you zone in as the class that you are, but you get a highly modified version of that class. You'll see that there's no passives, there's no weapon lines, there's no guild lines. Again, this is all
Defend heal.
abilities and the calculations that go on the server to be as simple as possible, to be able to have as many people as possible going in there.
Yeah, and I just
Right.
want
And I see some
to
people ask.
probably the
Go
same
ahead.
thing. Go ahead, Jess.
Oh, I would see some people asking, why are we doing this on live? And it's kind of to reiterate what you said, Brian. We need to test this on a live environment because that is what we are trying to improve, is the live server experience, and there's a lot more people.
And for those of you who don't know, Cyrodiil used to be able to hold 650 people of each alliance. Those fights were huge. They were literally what put ESO on a map, in my opinion.
Open.
And it's a short test.
Yeah,
That's
just
what
it
during
is,
this
right?
test period.
It's also just 1 week that we're doing. Right now we're slating the end of March. Obviously we're going to put up a post that says, hey, this is the duration. Passionates will have information about all this as well. But, again, we're trying to do the functionality test first because When you zone into here, obviously you can see your skills are different, but your inventory and your stats, all that is templatized. Not in the templates that people are used to when they hop on PTS. So this is going to be, your stats are normalized, your gear is what we give you, and don't worry, your gear doesn't disappear. When you leave Cyrodiil, you get all your gear back.
This is
Which
just
is-
the idea of giving you gear and
Yes.
skills to use in Cyrodiil.
Yes.
Huh.
So, and you can still have, you can still swap out, what gears
I actually don't know what the current pop is.
your stuff goes with you. And you can see even here, my item sets do not impact my stats. I don't get my item sets, I don't get my Mundus, I don't get any of that stuff. So,
Right.
And again, this is all in favor of performance. We're trying
And
to
only
make
a test.
calculations as
Right.
simple. Yes, and it is a test. We're going to reiterate that. Now, where we go with the test, we're going to be asking everybody for feedback. How'd you feel about the test? Did you, find bigger battles? Did you have a good time with the different
Was it
types
more
of
fun?
abilities?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. The fact that, when you see a Templar, you know exactly what you're getting. When you see an Arcanist, you know exactly what you're getting.
Thank you for the follow. I can't wait to give my feedback on what I think during this, but I want you guys to not miss what they're saying.
Interesting aspects to this that we're looking forward to seeing the feedback that we get.
Mhm.
But also, again, similar to how we looked at metrics in the past, we're going to be looking at our server performance. We're going to see how it's reacting in coordination with the population. And then we're going to make our decisions from there. But this is really, really exciting because this is an entirely different test than we've done in the past. Like, we haven't done
Thank you, Boro, for the Twitch Prime subscription.
the pardon the usage of the word, the crux of the issue, which is how much math is going through the server. And I think that this will be very, very telling, and we're going to have a lot of good things to do after we get this test out the way.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have more information on the website and on the forums when the test is starting. Again, what our goals are, what we're looking for, what we would like to see you all do. But yeah, it's essentially kind of turning into a game of skill, right? When everyone just has, the same everything here. And like Wheeler said a bunch of times, this is a test. Like,
Yep.
what was that old thing on TV? Like, this is a test. This is only a test. Like,
This is only a test.
yeah, this is not, definitively how.
I actually don't think it'll crash Cyrodiil. A lot of people think that it's gonna, cause Cyrodiil to break. The problem is that Cyrodiil does so much math and calculations and causes so much performance and ping problems by all the things that go on. I think this would help it significantly.
This year is going to go.
Does that mean it's necessarily the better version of Cyrodiil? I don't know, but I do think that it definitely is an interesting idea.
While this is going on, and you'll see that you're earning XP and AP, but we want to incentivize people for helping us out with this test, obviously. So that's why we're giving AP bonuses and XP bonuses while this event is active for that week.
Right.
That's nice too. So there's a bonus. So basically, 650 person Cyrodiil campaign will be available for 1 week to test in March. They're going to basically normalize everybody's sets, and they're going to, normalize all of the class skills, take away some of the math and computation of them, and then just test to see how servers perform. Everybody that does that will then also be able to get a bunch of AP and XP bonuses, I think they said. I don't think they also said gold. Interesting concept.
Abilities to be really super clear, like this is a test ability that's only useful in this Cyrodiil. I didn't just want to call it a test. I want to give it a little bit of spice, but but yeah, and again, like the gear that you have, none of it's going to leave with you. But we did make some alterations to like the siege weaponry, where you don't pack the siege weaponry up anymore. It's just infinite weaponry. Same thing with like the potion. It's an infinite potion. Again, all this is in service of.
I think that what they're doing is interesting too, because they can see like what's the difference between packing up siege weapons and just giving everybody infinite siege weapons to place down. These are ideas that I'm glad, because these are ideas that will also translate to performance problems inside of other campaigns.
And, you know, to echo that question, why are we doing this on live is because that's where we have the highest population. And that's where we want to try and get the most accurate.
And everybody's saying, why do this on live too? I like this. People should be rewarded for playing PTS. So instead of putting this on PTS and rewarding people, they're putting it on the live server, and you can get rewards for participating in it, which I think is even better.
In chat, and I think what we'll do is we'll have more information in the patch notes when this goes out on the PTS and then also on live, and hopefully they will answer a lot of your questions ahead of the test.
Yep. And again, the functionality for PTS, like hop in, you know, make sure you know, siege weaponry works the way you think it should work. Make sure that using your abilities, like the abilities are going to be highly modified. Like healing abilities, you will need to target your allies and stuff like that, or things which had lingering effects on the ground. Probably not going to do that anymore. Again, this is all.
Ooh, it's going to be harder to heal people. You guys hear that? No more cross healing cheese.
Possibly can, while still giving you the flavor of your class, while still having that familiar animations and effects and vibe to it. There'll be some alterations out there, but again,
Thank you for the follow,
it's all
Deemka.
in favor of trying to get the best performance possible out there.
Yep, and we are looking forward to seeing what everybody says after you have a chance to try it out.
Absolutely. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be crazy, but it'll be a lot.
It's the comment skill-based healing. Amen, whoever commented that on their stream. Skill-based healing. That's what we've needed to destroy this stupid meta.
The only time I can think of anything we did remotely close to this was like the light attack, heavy attack testing we did on PTS several years ago, where we were like, let's try out some entirely different way of doing light attack and heavy attack. Where, you know, that we could get the information we needed from PTS. Where
I'll talk about it at the end, EDC, on what they're saying and what they're trying. And then I'll tell you. I don't want to interrupt because they're giving good nuggets.
functionality first on PTS, and then looking at actual hard data when this gets for the week that it's going to run.
Yep. For the test itself, I saw someone asking where they can give feedback. I think on PTS, we're going to have a dedicated forum thread on the PTS forums for that. I believe you can probably give some feedback in game as well. And then for the live test, I know we're talking about some different options, including the potential for a survey.
Very much.
Yep.
Cool. So we got for now. I don't want to spoil too much out there. Let people get out there and have some fun. And if everybody has questions, we'll be ready to answer them as best as we can.
Yep. Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks, Wheels.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Catch
looking
everybody
forward to checking everything out in a couple weeks.
Yep.
All right. Well, we are going to move on. We're going to talk a little bit more about things that are coming in Update 45 in the base game. Yeah, thank you, Wheeler. Yeah. And again, like, I know.
I've also only seen 2 people get timed out, which is also great. But Update 45 base game features love this.
why you
Scary.
give
This
feedback.
is exactly. And again, like we're trying something just to, you know, turning certain things off and allowing certain things, whatever, just to kind of see, like, we got to start somewhere, right? So it'll be good though. Alrighty, so let's
There's more with Update 40.
They did also update the server sweater. They did do that. This was just also... I think the biggest problem they're running into is they can't kick off the old consoles as part of the problem. But base game features.
My screen share might break again.
Focus. Don't worry. We'll do a recap at the end.
Okay.
In case you're staring at it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this over here. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. There we go. Okay, so first thing
I
we're
have
going to
my
touch
notes,
on is converting disguises to collectibles. Now, this is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We're literally converting some current disguises to collectibles. So we're going to have the full list in the PTS patch notes, I'm pretty sure. It's not everything, but it is a lot of them. So you can look forward to that. And the next thing we are doing
With inventory space.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing we're doing in Update 45 is we're improving the base mount speed. So
Hallelujah.
basically, we're making some improvements to the speed of mounts prior to unlocking Major Gallop. The end result here is that mounts are going to start off noticeably faster than they currently are. And you're still going to end up with maybe the same or very slightly faster at the top end. So this will be really great for newer players that haven't
Perfect.
increased their speed all the way yet. Next thing, I think
And
chat will enjoy
improvements to green champion points.
Hmm.
So the following 9 craft green champion point stars will no longer need to be slotted for you to benefit from their effects. And those
Oh.
are Meticulous Disassembly, Plentiful Harvest, Treasure Hunter, Rationer, Liquid Efficiency, Homemaker, Professional Upkeep, Infamous, and Cut Purses Art. So these adjustments will effectively make it easier to engage with the craft tree without
That is so nice. It's so annoying having to pick between looting treasure chests and having to pick between, you know, having fast mount speed. That's a great change.
happy. Yeah, this is a
Mhm.
really nice little quality of life thing. So
Yes.
it is. Yes. Yay. All right. Next thing we're going to touch on, we're kind of just powering through everything here. Some map improvements to the Tamriel map. So the first thing we want to mention is we are adding a custom waypoint icon color selector. So basically, this is going to allow you to change the color of the waypoint that you can put on your map. It's currently that little blue diamond. So you can change it to whatever color you like. The next thing we're doing, and again, this is maybe for newer players who aren't as familiar with the Tamriel map, we're going to be prioritizing way shrines that are shown on the Tamriel map just to help reduce some clutter. You all know what it looks like when you unlock all your way shrines, and it's just like this sea of way shrines everywhere. You can't even see like where the lines of the zones are or anything. So for players who have just discovered a zone, actually,
I'm not sure yet, Bomb.
is that up? Yes. All right. So for players who have just discovered a zone, the Tamriel map will show the way shrine closest to the start of that zone's zone quest. And then as you discover the zone's main
Don't worry, Concats. We'll talk about PvP here, break down everything once they get through all the other stuff.
instead. And of course, selecting the zone will still show all of that zone.
And thank you guys. We have 194 people between Twitch and YouTube. Although ironically, YouTube is cruising right now. 148 people. Actually, we're over 200 concurrent viewers now. YouTube is just cruising. Thank you, YouTube.
Next thing is something that Matt touched on in his letter last month.
Yes. So this is visual improvements to starter zones. So we've got some before and after, current and new screenshots that we're going to show you as we talk about this. So first off, why are we doing this? So with the wider focus on improving the early player experience, the world building effort started with the Wailing Prison in update 44. And then it's moved on to the early starter zones, including Balfoyen, Betnik, Bleakrock Isle, Stros Mackay, and Canarthy's Roost. So the goal of this is to bring the world building of the older zones up to par with the zones that are being built now. So what was the team focused on during all of this? Generally, it was a lot of lighting, propping, and clutter work being done, including swapping out some lower res or lower.
What's very interesting about this is I thought that they were going to do this over the entire year. They're going to have this done in Q1. I thought the whole point of all of these updates to the base game zones and switching to seasons was that this was going to be an all year thing. The Cyrodiil changes in the letter, the visual improvements in the letter are all being done in Q1, which is odd. I'm not complaining, I'm just kind of huh.
Updating lighting, signs, and banners to better highlight key areas like crafting and critical pathways. Turning atmospheric effects on across the zones. Making some areas appear more open and less foggy.
Yeah, but Monkey, I was I thought this was going to be part of the seasons, you know, that they would also be doing these things. It sounds like they're going to have that stuff done by March, which leads me to just wonder what exactly we're going to get for Q2.
New water developed for the newer zones.
It's all the starter zones that you're seeing here.
Definitely.
And then the team also wanted us to note that the visual improvements in some areas will be a lot more noticeable than in others. It just kind of depends on what was done, but they all have had updates.
Yep. All right. Last thing we want to touch on before we get to the dungeons, which we're going to give you a preview of.
Oh my god, imagine they ruin the bot farms.
Really talked about it all yet, but in update 45 on PTS, we are going to be adding some add-on flow management for console add-ons. Console add-ons is coming soon in the future, which is super exciting. So basically, in preparation,
40% of my audience just rolled their eyes. Ugh, console. The other 60% just went, woo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. Thank you, Bearded.
testing console add-ons.
Oh,
this way,
my
when the feature goes
God.
live, they'll be able to just upload them right away. So we're going to have a more detailed breakdown of the changes and the limitations to the API. It's going to be sent over and provided to the add-on developer community next week. Do want to mention one note. Just due to the memory required to sustain add-ons, this is only going to be available on the latest gen consoles. So
Oh my god, and a reason for people to update their consoles, even better.
console add-ons, but again, on PTS, there's going to be just some initial stuff going in so the add-on developers can sort of get started on it, which is really exciting. All right, that pretty much covers us for, hold on, I'm rearranging all my windows again. So yeah, that covers us for the bulk of the things going into update 45. And you know, there's a bunch of other little things. The patch notes will outline everything. They're being published on Monday, but we hope that you're really excited about some of these.
There are so many add-ons that would be helpful. I can think of, there's so many ways that we'll be able to like make money faster, get resources easier.
And again, he's going to talk about some dungeon stuff. And you know what's really fun about Finn today is he looks like a floating head. Look at him.
I do.
Oh my god, the freaking mini map. We'll be able to have a mini map.
For anybody who hasn't watched our streams before, Finn is our lead encounter designer. He is he helps lead the team that develops the dungeons and the trials and pretty much all the kind of monsters encounters that you run into.
You can
in
kill it,
Tamriel.
or it can kill you, or you collect it. It's going to be one of my teams that generally puts it in the world.
I sense a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Finn, I've never before said this to you, but can you speak up a little? Or maybe move?
Oh my god, you're right. The Mages Guild will be so much. There's, oh my god, you could track your KD in Cyrodiil. There are so many. It's just 60% of my audience is probably elated right now. 40% is probably just like, all right, neat, you know?
Okay. Oh, it's fine. Is it fine, or is that like a significant other?
Thank
fine?
you,
Oh, it's
Bright,
fine.
for the resubscription.
Yeah, well,
to me.
Really,
It's fine, but we'll
It's
talk
fine.
about this later.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine until later. You should have known it wasn't fine, Finn.
Yeah. Why didn't you read my mind?
Yeah, right.
No, I do.
As they're getting into this too, generally the dungeons in Q1 are also going to be able to give us clues as to where we're going for the rest of the year. So keep that in mind as we get an idea of what these look like.
By Irish Whisper.
So
So we were going to talk about the dungeons, but we're going to do the houses first, right?
Oh yeah, we are going to do the
Yeah, I
houses
think so.
first. Are you?
Yeah.
I'm in
Are
the
you
house.
in game?
I am.
We're going to take a peek
Oh,
at
there
the
we
new
go.
houses.
Well, thank you, Bosco, for the.
Yeah,
Hang on, let me
yeah,
mute them
let's-
for a second. Thank you, Bosco, for the Prime sub for 5 months. Jeez, and Bright for 9 months. Sorry, I missed your message too. Hi, Jake Color F10 Love. Sorry, I missed that second part there. I've been so excited about all the changes.
Wait.
Sure.
So we'll hit the houses first. There we go.
Awesome.
Oh, let me.
I would hate to have cross-platform PvP, PlayStation versus Xbox versus PC. Unfortunately, you know, with Law Dog playing on Xbox, he probably would just slaughter the entire PC community, and I wouldn't want you guys to have to go through that.
Next to each other.
Knocking off the cobwebs here.
Um,
All right. So which?
so if anybody's asking about,
And don't worry, we will do a final thoughts once everything is over too, and I'll give you my opinion on everything, my honest opinion on everything. Importantly,
live, this is like really cool. We have these like little flourishes that are like small things that are really
Oh.
cool. As you zoom in, though, you see the text kind of like appear on the.
and honestly, getting mod support, I mean, that's like that's big. That's huge. I mean, if you were ever to say, like, you know, taking steps towards doing cross-platform, that is the steps to do it. And how's it going, Lycanthrope Gaming? Good to see you. Please don't bully us old PC folks. Don't worry, I will be on. I don't know why everybody. I don't know why a couple of you are worried that I won't be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing bad so far. I mean, the Cyrodiil test 2 is just the test. I mean, are you guys okay if I talk while they're just showing off this house? Is that okay? Is there anybody that's like worried? I mean, type 1 if you want me to put their audio back, or if you guys want to hear some of the feedback so far. Or type 2 if you're okay with just the feedback of where we are. If you're okay with me talking while they're showing off the houses. So 2 if you're okay with me talking about the houses, or talking about while they're going. Then 1 if you want to hear what they're saying right now. All right, we're getting a bunch of 2. So the big thing with Cyrodiil that I think is kind of upsetting some people, and it's kind of divided some people. So they're doing a test with Cyrodiil, right? And it will be on the live servers, which, by the way, I've been advocating for. I think that people should, not want to say be paid to play PTS, but like, if we're going to be testing a brand new Cyrodiil system, or these massive sweeping changes where all the sets are different, you know, for a test, like, people should be rewarded. And you know what they did? They put it right into the live service, and they're being, you know, you're going to get an XP bonus and an AP bonus and some other bonuses for going out and doing that test. During that test, everybody's stats are normalized. They are changing a lot of the class skills. They're changing siege weapons to not be picked up and put back down. And that I think is going to be huge. But a lot of people, I think, are worried that class identity and class and everything is going to go away. That's not what the intention of the test to do. It's to test performance. So, for example, if changing siege weapons permanently to where you just, if you buy like 1 oil pot, you just have an indefinite amount of oil pots, if that fixes performance, that'll be a change that they make. If they find that, you know, certain skills or cross healing is adding too much, you know, lag and things, that will be something that they do. Because now you have to actually aim to heal people. Because if you play PvP, you know that cross healing is absolutely one of the most annoying things in the current meta is cross healing. And cross healing, unfortunately, is also horrible for performance. You know, having some sort of like performance problems tied to cross healing doesn't help anybody except ball groups. So it's not. So a lot of people are thinking it's either a really good or a really bad thing. I think it's kind of a neutral thing in the sense that, like, I want to see a 650 version of Cyrodiil. 650 people in each alliance is huge, massive. That's the type of numbers that will get people watching an MMO for PvP. Like, realistically, because at some times they're all going to be attacking the same keep. Imagine 1,800 plus players. What is that? 1950? 1,950 players attacking a singular keep. And you're either just, imagine how that feels, you know? Like, that's the type of stuff that I would kill to see. I know that they may need to do some consolidations, like changes to siege weapons. They may even need to completely remove PvP skills and PvE skills. But if we can get to that point, that is what I think would be incredible. Yeah, Cyrodiil, well, at least in the March test, it's going to be incredible. But it's all going to come down to numbers, I think, is what it'll just come down to. I also, it's good to see that, I mean, add-ons, also huge. Even huge for PvP. PvP add-ons are also awesome. The mini-map, that's fantastic too. You know, being able to not just keep whipping at the map and looking at it, that'll be awesome. I mean, the oh my god, the thought of add-ons on Xbox. How will this affect the economy? How will this affect everything? I don't know. But I want you to imagine for yourselves. So if you've been in Greyhost on Xbox recently, DC has basically been Emperor for 2 days straight. And every so often, DC will go all the way down to 1 keep. Thank you for the follow, Griggs. And the entire DC Alliance will be inside of Fort Ash with the entirety of the red and the yellows attacking it from 2 different sides to try to get in and dethrone the Blue Emperor. and it's just a bunch of people inside the keep with the Emperor defending with hundreds of peoples outside. Imagine if instead of hundreds of people, it's almost 2,000 people. So, very excited. Also, we're going into the dungeon now, so I'm going to switch you guys back to their audio.
Bohemian Rhapsody video
Bohemian
where it's
Rhapsody.
just the floating heads.
Yes.
Should do that for our next stream. We'll all be a floating head.
All right, so now we're gonna jump into the tour of the dungeons. Everybody that does not want spoilers, you have been warned.
But we're not showing like boss
hide.
mechanics or anything. It's just kind of
Not
a
showing mechanics or
little
anything.
walkthrough.
I'm gonna touch on the story a little bit for people as we go through these, so that they can kind of like see what we're going for here. But so this update 45 is a little bit different than we've done in the past.
If you need help with getting a lead, Lord, you can message me on Discord. I could probably help you.
Kind of experience that touches on more the 10th anniversary of ESO rather than the any.
And thank you for the follow, Dimka 1961.
And what we wanted to explore as a dungeon team and from a PvE experience is the Three Banners War has been going on for now a decade since ESO has been.
R.I.P. Timber.
So we wanted to kind of explore.
Thank you for the follow, FF Bigfoot.
And the greater part of Tamriel, you have this long-standing war that is constantly going on, and explore some of those elements and stuff like that. So both of these dungeons do that in their own way. For Exiled Redoubt, for instance, which is this dungeon, this tells the story of a family, an imperial family, the Albus family, and how they wanted to bring an end to the Three Banners War. So what they did was they sent their son out to negotiate a peace, and he was killed for his trouble. So this is an imperial family, and they went all scorched earth at that point.
So it's a Three Banners War themed dungeon, and the Three Banners War storyline last ended with Galen. And in Galen, when you talk to Razumdar, where does he say he's going? He says he's going to Murkmire. Does that mean Murkmire will be season numero uno? We'll have to wait and see.
Westfield.
Oh my
So
god,
if
did you
look
guys
at it,
see
it's
how many
right here
chambers
on the
were in that dungeon?
eastern part of Westfield. Grace Hollow is right here. So if you look
2,000
at it,
Arcanists, that would be so funny.
Cyrodiil.
Can you imagine if every Arcanist was using their beam at one singular point? And like, imagine 650 people lining up like a Death Star tractor beam, just.
Still at Caprina, if you ran Dreadseller, or I'm sorry, if you ran
But I care, Lord. If you need help, let me know. I'll help
Anyway,
you, brother.
Okay, you're not feeling good. It's okay.
yeah, I'm really
You're powering
so,
through.
yeah, it's there.
Sorry.
Um,
The other day I was like,
So-
are you sure you're okay to do a stream? He's like, yeah, I'll be fine. Okay.
let's do it.
Well, thanks for stopping over, Billy Boy. It was nice to talk to Epic as well. He's an awesome dude.
Rules and all that other stuff. So, and kidnapping soldiers. So we're trying to put an end to that, and Lucilla is going to help us. So we are going to progress through here now. So in this outer portion, again, I am on one of our internal servers, so I am not going to die. I'm not going to be hit. I'm cheating, basically. This is not going to be this way when you get here. But you can see kind of like they built their structure, and one of the cool parts is you can kind of see this keep or the outer end.
Do you guys want me to talk over this point of the video too to give us a recap? Or do you guys want to listen to the dungeon background? It's up to you. Type 1 if you want me to just play their audio. Type 2 if you want to just keep chit-chatting about what you guys are asking about in chat.
This is going to be the outside of the keep. That is a brand new banner for this family. So that is a really, really cool brand new. I mean, I don't think I've seen a banner like that, and it was really, really well done. Really, really cool. So you're gonna see that all throughout here. I'm gonna have to kill these people to get past here with my superpowers.
Dev powers. You know, it would be a really cool video, and I'm saying this not knowing at all if it's even possible, but some sort of time lapse of the world builders putting a dungeon together. You know?
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe
Yeah,
maybe
it
a
might be.
space.
I mean, so what's funny is I like to say that the the magic doesn't happen until like, you know, like way towards the end. Like it's all
When you
really,
get your
really
hands
rough.
on it.
When yeah, it's really, really rough when we get to it and we start putting stuff in and it's
Mm.
all blocked in and stuff like that. So it's not a bad idea to do, like, I think it would probably be better is rather than a time lapse is to do like more like shots. Like there's a thing on like social media where people do like Blockout Wednesday or something like that, where they'll show the
Yeah.
blockout and then the final form, and that might be cool. We could probably do something like that for this, but I think a time lapse might be a little bit overly nuanced and stuff. And you'll see stuff get built and then they get torn down and then built and then
Yeah.
get torn down because we go through like a lot of phases of iteration and stuff.
Just
but
to
this is
clarify,
a lot
real
to it.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, just to clarify
There's-
real quick, I saw in chat, this is a 4-player dungeon. This is not a trial.
It is a
So you
4-player
need
dungeon, yes,
3
not a
buddies.
trial. Or another person and 2 companions.
True.
Thank you for the follow, Mad Maddie.
That's the front entrance to the keep. That's actually where the keep is, but we can't get there. Oh, darn it. So I'm gonna have to kill these people to go. So we go through the side pass. Lucilla's gonna jump down here with us. Oop. I'm super flying. And these are where the prisons where we're actually gonna see kind of like what the Albus family is doing. I'm just gonna run through here. We don't have to see the all the terrible stuff that they're doing. There's prisoners in here, and it's bad stuff. No.
And we'll give everyone a little preview of the new item sets also when Finn is finished.
Absolutely. I have them. I'm wearing I think all of them. So we'll run through them there kind of at the end. The first boss, the Executioner. He's got some cool stuff. I'm gonna walk forward just so you can see. Or she, rather. So you can see she
Cattywampus dungeon indeed, honestly. Look at this. Spikes on the floor? That's not good for your health.
Oh, no.
has these little holes. I wonder what that means. Up there is Cato Albus. He is the leader of the family, the patriarch of the family, and he's the one who went off the deep end, and they all started to follow him.
Laggards, enemies of peace, reprobates.
I do love voice acting, especially when we hear it. Laggards, reprobates of peace. So from here we can't quite get across. We got to jump down. We're back in the same room. Why are these guys? Has aggroed pretty quick. We're back in the same room that we were in. You notice that we were over here before, and now we're down kind of in this little path. There's mud crabs. You don't have to kill them. I suspect almost everybody will.
Another place for all the bots to go. They can go farm the mud crabs there.
We're being magically surveilled. I don't like being watched, magically. or
Yeah.
not.
I didn't mean to talk to you. So this is where they kind of are building their siege weapons, and there's some new cool little creatures here that they're creating. These little Daedric
Let's separate. You
Iron Atronach spiders
I'll investigate
that have special powers and stuff. So, as you go in here, Lucilla says, I'm going to take a side path. And we're going to see her from time to time as we're running through here. So what we wanted to do with these dungeons was not only tell a new story that touches on old themes like the war and stuff, but we also wanted to talk about use some of the old sets in like new and interesting ways. So this is the Imperial set. If you've been to Daggerfall, you've seen this as far as like the visuals and stuff like that, as far as the fixtures and stuff. So but we try to spice it up a little bit, make them look a little bit better and stuff. But it does have that kind of like harken back to some of those old oops.
Yeah, it's hard watching Finn like run by all the chests and not loot anything.
I know.
I know. I saw somebody commenting on like using dev commands to kill things, and it's just because we're giving a tour. We don't want to give away any of the battles or anything like that. I'm sure players will be playing it on the PTS and live streaming it next week when it goes up on Monday, so you could watch them actually play through it then if you want to.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is I don't want to tell people. I don't want people to figure.
They actually asked us as content creators feedback on this question. they said like, hey, like, do you want us during these live streams to do the mechanics of the boss fights? Because they wanted people to, you know, see things for the first time, you know, like live, like the actual mechanics and the things, you know, trying to replicate some of those other games that have like very, very difficult dungeons and whatnot and trials. So they did actually ask us for feedback on it. I personally am just like, I don't play on PTS really, so I don't really have any feedback on this, but it was nice that they asked. I always like to tell people things that they tell me too, so you guys know.
I'm just gonna skip past this guy. This dude has some really, really cool stuff. The size of his arena is really, really interesting and important. But we're gonna skip past him. Really sorry.
Well, you'll have to
he's
play
pretty
it yourself to find out.
Yes, we will. So now we get to head back to the entrance hall. So we come back to this hall 3 separate times, or we come into this hall 3 separate times, and you see it from a different perspective each time. So you see now we're back. We're actually to the entrance here. As we introduce these Atronachs, they become important, potentially. They become important. And
Finn is actually a very great player, Q. So Finn will play at the actual in-person testing. He's an amazing trial player. And thank you for the resub for 2 months, Nox. Minis? Is that like minis like minute like Warhammer miniatures? As if so, I approve. I'll give you the breakdown, boy. Everybody wants to listen to their dialogue, so I'll give you the breakdown once they're done.
So he's going to summon somebody to help him out here. After
That's what I love to hear, Nox.
You're done.
Maybe means yes. That's what my 8-year-old says too.
Now we have to. You're I will not rest until the Alliance armies burn. They will pay for my.
Look at the ray tracing in the water. That is beautiful. Do they have that at like other places too?
Year.
Oh, okay, all right. She's well past that now. So this is Squall of Retribution. This is the final boss, and I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not actually gonna kill him and fight him because of some special stuff. But Lucilla is trying to break through that.
I'm more of an Imperial Fist kind of guy when it comes to Warhammer Legions, but I respect the Space Wolves too.
Seems short, but as Jess alluded to, there might be some cool side stuff here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
This is all. Looked like this was all indoors for the most part, yeah.
It is. It's underground actually.
Yeah.
The idea is it goes underground, and they've built this keep kind of underneath.
This is the second dungeon.
Where they've been able to kind of pop up in different parts.
9,000 points.
People captured and stuff like that.
That's cool. People
that's
are
an
really
investment.
Eager to see the item sets. If you want to take a break and show those now.
Item
Otherwise, we can
sets.
wait
Here
till
it
the end.
comes.
Patience.
Okay.
Oh.
So
there's
this next
a lot of
dungeon is
base
Lepa
game
Cusa.
updates.
So we
These
talked
are the
about
2
the
new
last one was
dungeons.
dealt with a family that had some hardships because of the war in Cyrodiil, the Three Banners War. This one's a little bit different. Lepa Cusa there was a former battlefield emperor named Orpheon the Tactician, and he we became disillusioned with the war. So he
March 10th for PC and 25th for console.
Army of deserters from all of the alliances to come and help him out, and they have found the location of an Elder Scroll on this island of Lepa Cusa that's protected by monks and a moth priest, and they're going to go assault it, take the Elder Scroll, and then bring about destruction with it. So you're gonna have to stop them as we get here. So you reach this one from Hughesbane. Abba's Landing specifically. There's a boat in Abba's Landing that you can take, and it'll take you to this island because it's off the coast out here.
The green CP changes were pretty much all of the crafting, harvesting, double chest, and double furnishing plan drops are now passive. You don't have to slot them. I think those are the ones that don't have to be slotted. There's a significant amount though that don't need to be slotted, so you don't have to keep rotating between like, oh, now I want to be able to pick up things faster, or oh, now I want to be able to do other types of farming, more efficiently. Much better.
you're going to see in here, but as each of these groups of enemies that you see in here are related to a specific faction, a unifying kind of armor theme, we wanted to separate that out so you could see. So these are obviously Daggerfall Covenant people here. I didn't show that, but that's actually an important mechanic too. This dungeon is different.
And mount speed will also be increased, but the increase will be higher when you're brand new on a mount. It'll slowly taper off over time. So it'll help newer players have a mount that actually gives them some sort of speed. No, there's no new class confirmation yet.
Where there are 3 bosses, 3 what we would call mini bosses. They're all loot moments, and you may not be able to kind of discern the difference internally that we would call a mini boss and a boss. But that's the idea. So it's essentially 6 bosses in here that you go in a kind of a linear fashion.
It's awesome.
I like to think so.
I like how different the designs of these two are.
Yeah. This is definitely off. It uses the Hughes Bane kind of like fixture assets and stuff. And sometimes with the side bosses, we don't necessarily expect you don't have to take them. You don't have to kill them or anything. You could just skip them. But if you want all the loots and any of the cool special stuff, you could do it. But I'm gonna skip this guy because I don't need to. See ya,
Just
buddy.
a tour. And again, this will all
Oh
be on...
no!
Oh. Too bad for you.
Spoilers.
So yeah, this will
poison you usually.
Well, you'll find out.
Oh.
It has a special purpose in this dungeon, that mechanic, and it's really cool. So we're gonna I am gonna have to kill past this guy because he's the full boss is Garvin the Tracker. He's got a lot of unique. Another thing that was really cool here that the boss designer was able to do was able to explore an asynchronous fight space. So, you got a little bit of water in here. You don't have water over here. You got these large stones in here. And all of that plays a part into, how the fight plays out and how to...
The Indiana Jones mechanic is ruined. Now we're all seen it.
Bye-bye. Sorry, Garvin. Here's our Moth Priest friend. She's going to let us take a portal outside. And now we get to see that the island that...
Finn, the guy who's talking, has done hard mode trials before with creators, so he probably can heavy attack. I think you're safe in that assumption.
Like Falkreath Hold and stuff like that, where they may have seen siege weapons. These guys are gonna go out of here. See you guys.
Hey Finn,
Yeah.
there's a good question in chat. I missed the name. Are there 3 hard modes for the 3 main bosses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. There are 3 hard.
3 hard modes. Love that too.
bosses.
My cat
Sure,
wants to
feels
join
just
us.
Nope. We
Cool.
kept that. That is one of the newer.
But maybe
things
she
we
just wants
kept.
a
Now, there
headbutt.
are different siege weapons that are firing in here, and they do different things, but they are no joke. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Like, and if you're just standing there, you can get hit with these. So this is the. But there's potentially ways to alleviate this, because this right here is the Siege Master. But we're going to skip her. We don't need to kill her. We're going to skip her. There's ballista parts here. There's some ballistas down here. Huh. That's
I
interesting.
wonder what you're going to use those for.
Oh, I wonder. I wonder. So yeah, you see as you're running through this area, and again, this is the All Merry Dominion section. We wanted to bring
Yeah, no word on overland changes besides the updated graphics, and map changes and a couple other things. Those are the biggest changes so far to the actual overland.
So,
well, and obviously add-ons for Xbox and PlayStation will be also massive, but not necessarily an update from them in the same way.
boss. So you can see here's the activatable hard mode thing. This is the next boss.
We'll say hello.
But she calls in her
Very
bird,
cool.
and there's a lot of birds.
Evie, can you tell everyone to like the video on YouTube?
At least it's a lot of birds and not a lot of spiders again. Like.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Wait. Spiders are coming.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
I'm just
Is that the
kidding. I'm
griffin
just
we
kidding.
saw
I'm
in
just
the
totally just
loading
kidding.
screen art?
Yeah, that is the griffin you saw in the loading screen.
That's cool.
So that griffin flies off with her master dead. The griffin flies off. We may see it again.
Maybe.
Oh.
Listen, if they made those mud crabs in the starter zone have a few million health, we could clean out all the bots.
Groups. There's some Guar here doing work. Argonian Behemoth. And like I said, there's some winding paths up here, so there might be some hidden chests off to the side and stuff like that. Maybe. What would suck is if I'm going the wrong way. That would really suck.
We'll find out soon.
I'm not, but it would suck if I was.
Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you guys.
It's a bigger dungeon.
I was
It's
just
on
gonna
the
say
bigger
this
side as far as
feels
mine.
it feels longer than the other
Yeah.
one for sure.
Yeah. It's a little bit. It gets a little bit different when you actually start fighting stuff. Oh shoot! I gotta kill these guys.
And thank you,
Feels
Alex,
like
for the
some of
follow.
Overland cities and how
Yeah.
big it is.
Yeah, that was the goal. Was we wanted this to feel like its own city kind of thing. Ooh, yeah.
And let me ask you, over
Uh,
the years, have you all increased the length at which it takes to do these 4-player dungeons, or do they relatively? Is your goal to kind of keep them about
Nope.
the same?
Nope, it's about the same. About the same. And we actually have a pretty robust budgeting system and scoping system where we'll come in and we'll say this is.
Thank
what we
you,
wanna do,
Joe, for the
and then
Prime
we
resub.
put
Keep
some
up the
people
great
that
work.
have
Well,
to do
thank
the
you.
work. It's not just the design work; it's the art and stuff like that. And they'll talk about, well, this is how long it'll take.
This
us
has
to
been
do it.
crazy
We
for
have
the
to fit
support
into the
today.
buckets that we already know that we have.
I
and
don't
then we'll
know.
make cuts. So a lot of stuff doesn't make it to.
Somebody asked, is it better to watch on Twitch or YouTube? It's just whatever's convenient for you. I don't know if there's supposed to be a drop. I don't know if they're doing it, not doing it, if it's going to start afterwards. Thank you, old man Morgan. As far as like ad revenue and things, it just depends. Twitch had an ad apocalypse. YouTube ads are very low right now. So it's just whatever's convenient for you. And even if one is better for me, just it's whatever's best for you guys, whatever your preference is. I have my ads on the lowest setting on both platforms.
I have to show the Argonian Behemoth knocking that guy over. And so that is where it takes place. We're gonna go ahead and run over here. Uh-oh. Oh no!
No.
I actually don't think we'll ever have a furnishing bag, because apparently the issue with the furnishing bag is that, oh my gosh, he's gonna die in God mode. Never mind, apparently it's unlimited health regardless. The problem with a furnishing bag is that you can hold like tens of thousands of pieces of furniture, and when you spawn into different zones with them, it can cause problems. Because I had asked about this, have you guys thought about a furniture bag? And as you can see, what they're trying to do is work on like changing some things into collectibles. That way you don't have to store them, like disguises, for example.
Space, because, like I said, he was a former battlefield emperor. So he has this helmet on that I'm actually wearing. Because that is the monster mask. Yeah, well, that's not his face. That's his. That's a helmet. But it's the same. It's the same helmet I'm wearing. That's actually the monster mask you get in this dungeon. And that's a good segue into
what problems?
What we're gonna be here.
Sorry, I was
Exiled
distracted
Redoubts.
by
Once
what he
you
was
kill
saying.
him, and you get
Thank you for
past
the
it, can
follow,
just talk to the wild
Sasquatch.
priest again and discover what happens from there and stuff.
Not agreeing.
But I know everybody wanted to talk about item sets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
see some items.
open these up. Yeah. So the first would be the two masks, Orphean and Tactician's Visage, and Squall of Retribution. I'm gonna go pretty fast through here. I assume people are going to screenshot these and then pick them apart. And tell them how awesome they
it'll
are.
be up on the VOD too,
Yeah,
and it'll be in the patch notes on Monday.
And it'll be we have bags for all of them too. So when you log in, you're gonna have bags that you can be able to pick them up and take them apart. Noxious Boulder Belt, that's from this dungeon. So yeah.
Cool. And then
Part of
are
the piece.
you able to show or at least mention the rewards for this dungeon too?
I can show you. This is the memento
Thank you for the follow,
for
Cutna.
completing it on veteran. The other one. This is the. I'm sorry. This is Exiled Redoubts for completing it on veteran. These cool ghostly things that float around.
Oh yeah,
And if you
it's
play the
not hard to
dungeon,
go on
you figure that out.
PTS at
You see
all.
the Dust of the Conqueror's
I've
flames
been on
breaking the
PTS a few
distance.
times, but I mean I don't. My PC's or well, I don't even have a PC. I play on a Mac. You know.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Now I'm gonna take off my. This is
The ESO devs only make changes that don't cause problems that they'll have to do work to fix.
That looks cool.
I think that's an
And it is a
oxymoron.
skin, it's not a body mark.
You mean
So
cause problems that they'll have to fix?
and yeah, so
Gold?
those are the kind of the three rig. You get this one for doing both dungeons on veteran.
No more delays. I have a war.
Great.
And those are the rewards. Is there other rewards you want to know about? I didn't think so.
I don't.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. So again, these two dungeons and just about everything that we talked about today are going to be on PTS on Monday. Finn, I know your team loves to watch.
Ooh, no, you're good, Gene. I just wasn't sure what you
streams of the
meant.
dungeons and everything. So if you're
Absolutely.
if you're
Can't
planning
wait.
on streaming them, definitely let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know so that we can jump in there. We have a kind of like a thread in our internal messaging stuff. We're like, all right, they're on this person's doing this and this person's up to here and stuff like that. We like to see people come in and tackle them and how they challenge themselves and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's just a good opportunity to see like first impressions when people first get on there and try new content and some of these new bosses.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely give us a shout, either on forums or Twitter or Discord or wherever if you're planning on streaming, and Finn and his team will add it to the list.
We'll try and jump in there. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is
Good
all we
stuff to
have
look
for
at.
today, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I made it all the way to the end. before.
Oh,
Shoot,
you
we
did.
might almost
be
I was gonna
done.
say, you did so
You're
good.
doing okay. You're doing okay. You
Aw,
should
thank you so much for joining us.
I've been
even though
excited
you're
to
not
talk
feeling
about my thoughts.
100%.
freshen up your tea when we're done with this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, again, update 45 coming to PTS on Monday, January 13th. It is launching on PC March 10th and on consoles March 25th. So you don't have too long to wait. Also, just a reminder that we are doing global reveal in April this year. So we will let
Yes,
everyone
I
know
will
as
do a
soon as we
video
have an
on
update
update
ready
45.
to announce.
So there were a
Heck yeah.
lot of questions in chat. So we'll
There's-
go back through and
some
see if
people
there's
have
any
said
we
that the
can
drops
answer, but
are
also I wanted to mention that
not
we will
going.
be putting up a thread on the official forums and Reddit tomorrow morning to gather questions for a PvP dedicated Q&A. So keep an eye out for that. We'll keep it up for a few days and gather all the questions and see what we can answer. And then I think that is the last of our updates we wanted to give before we bid you all farewell.
Yeah, I'm just seeing
Sure.
who is online. Finn, you're gonna have to just deal with
This is where
for a
they
tiny bit
pick who to
longer.
raid.
Who should we raid? Who should we raid?
But
Got
I was
a lot of people online watching our stream. Actually,
I was
so,
actually rated last time, so
Let's see.
all
here.
you
How
hooligans are watching on
about-
YouTube.
How about T? I don't think we've raided T in a while.
And I just saw a
Nice.
T emote. Let's do it.
Yeah. What do you think? We'll raid T after this. All right, folks.
Sounds
Thank you again.
So
for tuning
I've also
in.
been
We're,
pushing for a
super
Q&A
appreciative of everybody
for
joining us
PvP.
today, and hopefully
I think
hopping
that
on
will
PTS
also
to give us
be
some feedback on
fantastic for
Monday.
people to
Hope
just
you have
be
a
able
great
to ask
week.
questions
We're
and
gonna
get an
raid Tea
actual.
the Khajiit, one of our stream team partners.
response.
And we will talk to you all next time.
Are you a PvP player?
Yeah,
Yes.
bye.
I sit in Grey Host quite often. I'm not like, fantastical or anything, All right, hang on. Now we can. Oh, I'm switching that. Hang on. Let me get out of this. All right. Let's take a breather here. Well, the thing is you're saying, am I concerned about the changes? There are no changes. There's a test to see how things affect performance. So like, that's where it's like, if people would be worried, you know, so like people are like, oh my gosh, they're going to like take all the sets out of Cyrodiil. They're going to get rid of all the skills. They're going to do all these things. It's like, no. That's not what they're doing. They're basically testing everything. They're testing if you had an unlimited oil pot as opposed, and instead of picking it up and whatnot, you know, how does that affect performance? They're testing that. You know, they're testing how well, you know, how well a healing change would be is if you had to actually point, you know, at somebody, you know, versus just have. Oh wait, is my game volume on? Thank you for the subscription on YouTube, Manser. Thank you for the follow, Drake. Yeah, they do need to fix Cyrodiil, and I think that this is a great way to do it. And thank you, Crislow, for the, how long is that now? 16 months? Oh my gosh. You're only a few months away from my longest relationship, Crislow. Oh my god. I don't think you're debating. Are you talking to him or are you talking to me? And the add-ons will be dope too. It's true. I'm a social worker. Put me in there, guys. I'll fix it. I'll get those servers all tidied up for them, you know? I got this. Oh, I was gonna say, what did I do? Jake is responding to me. Wait, so are you talking? Am I the wait? Is him or is him me? Am I you or you him? My cat's back too. Evie, you not stand there. I have a laser pointer that I use to try to keep her distracted. It's like a little cat toy. We don't have a list yet. So PTS notes will be out on Monday. So we'll have probably a list on Monday. Thank you for the follow, Daedric and Seth. And how it's going good, Savage. I was pleasantly surprised. So let me give a little bit of a preamble here. So there are a lot of people who are going to think that my excitement is not authentic because it's like, oh, you know, you're incentivized to, you know, like the game. It's actually not true. I want to point out something. Let me see if I can pull this up on YouTube. Hang on. Let me get an idea here. Let's see. Yeah, so if you were to type in ESO is dying on YouTube, you would see a 10K video view, 17K, 50K, 115K, 24K, 50K, and 107,000 video view. So people are always like, oh, Jake, you're incentivized to be happy and positive. Does happiness and positivity sell? No. These are just my opinions. You know, like when I gave feedback on the Battleground live event, it was like, here are the changes that I would make to this event. It wasn't some sort of like weird coddling of like, oh my gosh, you know, the devs, you know, blah, blah, blah. It was, here's what I would do differently. So I always think it's weird when people are like, you know, you're only having these opinions. It's the same when, you know, there was all this ESO drama, right? People were like, oh, you know, is this what ZeniMax wanted? You know, a dedicated, you know, post? Because I made a dedicated community post. And what's funny about that is one, the dedicated community post not only doesn't generate me any money, which a video, if I made a video talking about the ESO drama that was going on, I would have gotten probably at least tens of thousands of views, which for context would be hundreds of dollars. So I was like, I don't want hundreds of dollars. And if I made a video that was like bashing the negative creators, then ZeniMax would like me because it would be seen as like, oh, you know, he's bashing these content creators that they don't like. Win-win, you know? And so I would get money, favor, blah, blah, blah. But it was like, I don't want to do that. The channel that I have is not dedicated to spiraling negativity. I took time off of work to be here. I don't want to be sad when I'm here. Sadness is for work, you know? Sadness is for doing your job, you know? like a lot of you guys watching this right now are either studying, working, you know, doing something difficult, or, you know, like going, you know, through something. You guys don't want to get on ESO and be like, wow, thank God I'm sad and angry. This is exactly what I wanted when I loaded up my favorite video game. Like, that's what nobody wants. Sadness is exactly. You can get a ton of views bashing the game. And you know how many times I've done that? 0 times, because it feels inauthentic, you know? Like, and I even made a video just explaining the ESO player pop, just because I was like, so many people reference this data, it drives me insane. So I just broke it down, and I broke it down in a way that didn't really give you a lot of, like, I didn't get a lot of views. It got a few thousand. If I had said, you know, ESO is dying, then made the video, it would have gotten tons of views. But that's not. The other thing too is that people don't remember is that not everybody will watch all of your videos, and they might just look at a thumbnail. If they see a Jakeclips video says ESO is dying, and even if it's just me giving feedback, you know, it just feels inauthentic, clickbaity, and it just doesn't feel right, you know? Like, replay these games to not feel stressed, you know? But nobody wants to play a video game and feel stressed. If you want to do that, you can play Ark Survival Evolved, you can go play Rust, or you can do some sort of like professional like MLG type gaming. Then you can go be stressed. Yeah, exactly. Conflicts drives the YouTube algorithm, but we're not interested in driving the YouTube algorithm. You know, when I was starting on YouTube, I was making videos like, here's where you can go find spider eggs, because some of you guys were like, what's the best place to farm these? I would make those videos. The algorithm was like, who in the hell is looking for the spider eggs? And I was like, this one guy is. He wants to know where the spider eggs are, you know? Thank you for the follow, Pixie Days. And thank you guys all for being here. We are at 121 on Twitch and 150 on YouTube. Yeah, it's always, it's a bit goofy. It's always funny too that people think that, you know, exactly. Everybody's confirming the you know, the Ark Survival, you know, is stressful. That is true. Well, I think part of that is also like, if you do full-time ESO or like just full-time content creation in general, it's stressful in the sense that, like, imagine if your income was tied only to your YouTube views. And then imagine if you stopped getting a lot of YouTube views, like, you would be like, ooh, you know, I need to go out and get some money, you know, that the rent's coming due, you know, like. Whereas I can get $0 on YouTube in a month and be fine. That's how I think that people need to do it. Because if not, like, you're good, because I always hate clickbait. And whenever somebody responds and says that they feel clickbaited in a video, I will outreach to them personally and be like, what did I say? Like, what's in the thumbnail that's bad? Because that's why I've also created the system that I did, where it's like, a staple set is a 10 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 set is fantastic. A great set is an 8 out of 10. A good set is a 7 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 is above average. And then 5 out of 10 is average. That way it's like, if we disagree, you know, at least it's like, I think this is an 8.5, but it's really, I think it's more like 7.5, you know? And that's where, for me, I like to be very cognizant of my titles. So, for example, I had a YouTube video that was titled Rarest Mythic in the Tuesday Vendor, right? And the actual mythic was the Torque of the Alien King. And my reasoning for using the word rare was because some people say that all mythics are equally rare. And that's what one of you guys had outreach to me, and I responded to them. We were talking about this, and I said, you know, to me, rare means that it's a PvE dedicated mythic. And it's a PvP actually, like, used mythic, you know? So it's rare because how many PvPers are going to go out and farm the Infinite Archive? Not very many. So it's rare because the people that want it don't have it. It's like the Philosopher's Stone. That's why I use the word rare in the title, you know? So that's where I was like trying to like explain, you know, to everybody all those little bits and bobs. And it should count towards the drop, but people were having problems with it. And last time, when not the last time during the BG event, which is when I was live streaming and they raided me, the time before that, there was problems with the drop, and then it didn't transition over. I know Torque of the Alien King mentioned we're a 3 out of 5 for the Torque of the Alien King. I'm also curious if we still have Emperorship in this campaign. Oh, no Emperor. Oh, it hurts. Thank you for the follow, Grey Mist. But that's why, like, I love ESO. I would play something, you guys can see my game library. This is just what I have installed. Like, I would flip-flop between all these games here. And, you know, the most consistent game for me was always ESO. The developers were always very, like, you know, steady, pushing along, you know, with updates and things. What if I had the Philosopher's Stone? Well, then I couldn't want it, you know? I'm on CP20. I would say push towards CP 160 and then just start going towards like getting into content that you want to get into, like start maybe farming PvP sets or PvE sets, you know? I love No Man's Sky also, but sometimes admittedly I feel a little bored when I play No Man's Sky. I do also really like Fallout 76 recently too. Crusader Kings. I didn't play FIFA 25. Dragon's Dogma, super fun. Baldur's Gate is a great RPG. Needed some of those. Hogwarts Legacy was cool. Marvel Rivals is really fun right now. It's always weird because people think that, like, you know, I'd love just ESO. I don't know who does that. I think it's because I only make ESO videos, but I also am not like, what am I gonna make? A freaking, you know, Marvel Rivals video? It'd be a bit of a weird content pivot for you guys. You might be like, Jake, what are you doing? And I'd be like, nothing. What you got there, Jake? Oh, a smoothie, you know. I loved it. I bought it day one. I even learned how to play it early by switching my console's location to Australia so I could play it early. Just wanted to say, Jake, that Jake is 100% correct about the Torque of the Alien King. I had no interest in it and got 4 out of 5 leads in the last 5 days. See? And now you want it and you can't get the last one. Exactly how it goes. A Mythic Quest new season review. So how does the collection work? Which collection, Victor? You could stream that here and there if you want. Yeah, you know, we can do that. I play COD and Fortnite if I don't play ESO. I do like Fortnite too, but I don't think I actually have it installed right now. Because at the end of the day, like, it's always just weird where people are like, you only have this opinion because of this, or you only have this opinion because of that. And I never understood that. So the Twitch drop, I think, is over now, but it was on the Bethesda stream. But every single time they've done a live, like a Bethesda live, usually the weekend you have the ability to like watch any stream and complete it. So if you didn't complete it, you'll probably be able to complete it like Saturday, Sunday. I would wager that you would probably almost always be able to get it then. But thank you guys all for being here. I also would say too that when I was watching the stream, I didn't really see any people getting timed out. I think I saw 3 throughout the whole live stream, which I think they had like a couple thousand people, you know, that was pretty good. So the drop, I think, is paused right now if you don't have it unlocked. And I believe they're going to open it up on the weekend to be able to be completed, but I'm not 100% certain. So if you get something in your collection, right? I've got a daily reward. So let's just say, like, I wanted to so anytime you deconstruct, research, or quick sell to a merchant, anything will go into your sticker book. And the nice thing about that is that you can then bring it back out at a higher level. So at a transmute station, I can reconstruct this bad boy for 25 transmute crystals. You see the 25 in the top right. Now, but you'll notice though is that this one actually costs 27. The reason for that is because I'm missing the Macabre Vintage Battle Axe. What that does is it means it now costs more transmute crystals to reconstruct those items. So reconstructed items are untradeable, unsellable, except to NPCs if you wanted to do that for some reason. So you can't trade them to players. You can only reuse them for old sets, you know, for your actual builds. Or if you're on a low-level character, you'll be able to reconstruct it when you get to max level. Looking for a good set to work with Oak Fathers for PvP Magplar. I mean, probably just throw on Wretched Vitality. Like, I don't know, like, it's a lot of times it's like, what's good with this for PvP? Wretched Vitality or Rallying Cry. You know? For any class, pretty much. How would Deadly and Hunting Rage work? Been curious about that. Yeah, it's a good set combo. It's a, you know, it's an old combo, but a lot of people think that you need to be wearing really good PvP gear or even PvE gear. A lot of times it's just about learning. For example, if you go into a trial, things in that trial are going to try to kill you. And unfortunately, that's not optimal for you because when you're dead, you deal 0 DPS because you're dead, sadly. Now, you can be revived, which is great, but now you're also taking up the time of somebody else to revive you. The sticker books are also cross-character. So what's more important is just getting into content and learning. Now, I'm not saying don't die ever, you know, but people think that before they even ever should get into like a trial or PvP that they need to have like the greatest of stuff ready to go. It's like, you don't need to do that. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, Azure. Is that Azure Cuisine 58? Is that how you actually pronounce it? Every time somebody has a complicated name, I try to just pronounce just the part that's easy to do. Yeah, it's not optimal. You're going to get yelled at by your raid leader, who's probably a tank. He's probably a bit of a silly goose, you know? You might even have a drinking problem. If you're like me in my old trial group, the tank is really mean, and your friend Travis is not very good, so Travis just gets yelled at. And then Travis gets really sad, you know, because he wants to play a support character, but he keeps dying a lot, you know? It's tragic. So generally the easiest place to find transmute stations is in guild halls. You can also purchase them, put you in your own house. You can also find one in Clockwork City. I think Clockwork City is the only overland transmute station besides, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, besides guild halls. I think it's literally transmute stations are either in people's houses, in your house, or in Clockwork City, I think. Is somebody correct? Am I crazy? Do they have transmute stations in any of the newer zones? But it's not like it's not like a ESO plus thing. Like every guild hall you can go to will pretty much have, my broke ass house has a transmute station in it, so like you're hunky dory, you can go in there. But yeah, transmute stations are nice because if you're like me too and you like to just level up through battlegrounds and random daily dungeons, you just get a bunch of gear and then you just chuck it into the collections thing, and now you just have random sets, you know, for the future. Also, I'm very surprised that like everybody's still here. We're actually like gaining views, which I didn't expect. I thought like once the live stream ended that everybody would, you know, just kind of like go back to, you know, go back to work, I guess. So thank you guys all for being here. You're very informative. Well, thank you. I tried my best to answer obscure ESO questions. When I first started ESO, let me see if I have my original ESO videos. I answered the most obscure questions of all time. Let me go back all the way back. So the first one was an ESO Gold Guide for 2021. So you now know how long I've been making content. Then the next video was Scrib Jelly. So Scrib Jelly, then an alchemy farm, then where to find flour, apples, and bananas, then how to get how overland sets work, and then a new returning player guide. Thank you, Respawn Beta. I don't own a house, but how do you get to Clockwork City? Are you on the DLC? I've never been there yet. Yeah, you can teleport there, but if you're in any guild, I guarantee you they probably have a transmute station in there. I'm also actively avoiding work. God bless. Well, I appreciate you guys all for coming out, you know. Oh, if you have the Clockwork DLC, and if you have it, you can teleport right to it. Yeah, I'll show you where it is. Sorry, I feel also guilty. I'm in Grey House just yapping. That's also not the, oh, my freaking controller. So I have different controller settings. Yeah, so like if you go to the Clockwork City, it's like right somewhere right here. That's where the transmute station is. Now, guild halls are player made, so they can be, and when I say guild hall, I mean player guilds. Like, for example, I'll show you. So say you're in a guild, right? You know, nice and happy. You know, everybody should be in, you know, 5 of these bad man pajamas. What you do, you hit X or your version of X on that bad boy, and then that will teleport you to the house. And then from there, they can design this house however they want because it's their guild hall. You have free cosmetic freedom, you know, to do whatever you want. And then I think theirs is over here, somewhere over. Okay. Somewhere in this house. Thank you for the follow. Let's try a hard Towin. All right, I know they have one, but this is the problem when people can design all their own houses. Is I don't know exactly where they put it, but it is here. Wait, is it in here? It's not in here. Sorry, this is a terrible house tour. They put it inside? Yeah, if you go into Clockwork City and you go where I was, you'll find it probably significantly faster. There's the trial dummies. Okay. All right, who's in this guild? Where's the transmute station? Oh, I got the cat coming back. Evie. I keep trying to distract her with the laser pointer. It's not working. She wants to come up. Yeah, the drops I think have expired now. I think they were only active during the live stream. Oh, here we go. But if you didn't get the full drop, you should be able to get it this weekend. You okay? Yep. You not want to play with the laser pointer? Now she's looking at the laser pointer. Let's go play with the laser pointer. I know that there's a transmute station in this house. I just want to show it where it is. Yeah, they have it. You can watch it on their Bethesda Twitch VODs. Now here, oh my gosh, it's right here. This is a transmute station. Woo! No, Templars are good. My cat wants to jump back up again. Play with the laser pointer. Evie, look. Get the laser pointer. I don't mind her being up here, but every so often she'll like turn off the stream. She'll do all sorts of goofy things, and it's like, stop! Don't knock over my whole stream setup. I just made it to where my lighting doesn't look like I'm freaking Emperor Palpatine. So what you do to find a guild trader is you hover over, you see where it says travel to house, like right here. You hit travel to house, and then every guild hall is different. Like we'll go, I don't actually know the outlay of any of these very well. The only thing that's kind of sucky is if you're a new player, everybody designs these houses. Like they're 100% customizable. Thank you, One Big Tasty, for the follow. And because they're, fully customizable, they could design them however they want. That's true. You can also buy Thank you, Whiskey. It's a good point. You can buy them straight from there too. See, look how fancy this one looks. Yeah, it's more like, all right, you're done streaming. It's time to get me my food. He's like, you're done, son. It's over. I have the high ground. Because her cat tower's higher than me. Look, there's little arrows. Got all the little thingy guys over here. This is nice. Thank you for the follow, Claudia? And look, boom, transmute station. Is there a mission that I could get to the Clockwork City? Because I've you should have a teleportation to get to the Clockwork City. Do you not have this? You should have this way shrine. Let me see. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, you have this. You'll have this way shrine for free, even if you're on a brand new character. You can teleport to houses too. She's back again. I cannot distract you with your toys, can I? It's not working. The toys are failing. You breached containment multiple times. You say, yeah, transmute stations are not, well, another thought experiment. Let me go see how much they are. I don't know if this guy's been to Mournhold yet. He has not. See, this is where houses can be nice, because I could just teleport him right to that house. I'm trying to distract her with this freaking laser pointer. It's not working. She wants to sit on my lap, but then she keeps moving and knocking over my stuff. If it's black, that means that the house is not unlocked or the way shrine isn't. But this guy's not been to the Clockwork City before, so you should have this way shrine if you've not been there before. Let's see how expensive these bad boys are. Oh wait, I forgot there's an entire freaking, I think it's gold quality, right? Furnishings. Alright, there we go. I can't remember if this is gold, so I'm just going to turn it to any quality. Alright, nobody's selling here. There you go, 1 mil. That's been listed for a little bit, so it's probably cheaper. I would think. What do you guys think, by the way? Scale of 1 out of 10 for the update. Update 45. 1 is it's the worst update in the world. And you're going to go punch drywall after drinking Monster Energy. And 10 is it's everything you could have hoped for and more. There's 780,000. That's decent for 1. My opinions are, so Q1s are notoriously just dungeon updates and like nothing else. So I was pleasantly surprised. And I feel very biased because like I've always wanted add-ons for console. So like, does that make it a 10? Well, that would be very biased of me to give it a 10, you know, or say that I hate it or love it just because of that. The quality and all the green stuff is going to be, you know, nice. It's going to be interesting. I'm about an 8 out of 10. I'm nervous about add-ons and what that means for TCS. Well, the nice thing about TCS though is that it's helpful not just for the information that it's giving you. You know, having the add-ons for like, hey, here's where the lowest listing is helpful, but it's not everything that your data will also show. Looking forward to clearing out the disguises. That's also helpful. Well, next update, Victor, you'll pretty much be able to farm tons of gold. I would say, so because you're not CP 160 yet, watch the video I made on how to make gold during the Pan Elsewhere event, and you'll make some good money because you'll just be able to get reward boxes out the wazoo. And what's nice is those reward boxes are going to be filled with items that are not set to your level, because a lot of gold methods require you to be high level. So you won't have to be a high level to get those motifs, because you're just going to be getting event reward boxes. That's kind of how I was, Seth. Like, I didn't even know if I was going to take the time to do this video just because, or do this live stream just because it's like, aren't they just going to show us the dungeon, you know, like, isn't this just going to be like a dungeon preview? Which is, you know, I mean, like, I'm not like complaining about, you know, like, thank you for the follow, Kill. How many followers do we have on Twitch now? Probably cruising for a bruising with all these hooligans. It's nice to see like the Twitch category too have lots of people in it. I mean, everybody's watching ESO right now. Look at all this. Look at all these silly gooses, huh? I'm trying to see how many total followers I have, but I'm not smart with Twitch. A live game. You know, I would say that ESO is alive. It's always, you know, I'm like the opposite of doom and gloom, because like, for my job, you know, I work with people with like, you know, bad substance abuse history, homelessness, like very, very bad problems. And it's like, if I'm not doom and gloom for that, why would I be doom and gloom about ESO? Like, I'm not trying to be biased. You know, some people will claim that, you know, there could be some bias in there. And I understand, like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But, you know, I'm just a more optimistic person. Isn't that right, Cat, who keeps jumping up and trying to knock on my keyboard? Can you put the link in the yeah, I think it'll let me link it. It might be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It might be like, slow down there, buddy. I think, let me try it. It's dead because if you say it's dead, you get a lot of views on the internet and updates on Reddit. And updates on Reddit are like the lifeblood of the game, you know, for some people. All right, it actually looks like it's stuck. That's nice, because it's always really annoying when my own, like, I can't link my own things. Throw out a Discord link too, since you're all here, YOLO. As I gotta go here soon. I gotta get back to everything. Do. Where's the Discord? So I'm getting a Discord link. And here is the Discord link. That is not the Discord link. Freaking game. How do I sign up for your, what do you mean for my channel? Why is it, what the heck? Is it not copying the Discord link? It's copying hidden, use copy button. Thank you. And it says copied. Is it the same thing? Oh my God, Discord. It does, does not need to be a secret. It's not a secret link. Just generate me a link that is not, oh my God. Oh my, it keeps doing it. What is Discord? Is it, there's got to be some sort of glitch. Also, I don't have a secret server. Let me see if one of my freaking YouTube videos has a Discord link below it. This is so goofy. Of all the problems that... Oh my goodness. All right, this Discord link should work because it's in my most recent video, but with my luck, it's probably broken. It is too late, unfortunately. I'm gonna get wrapped up here soon. If you guys have any specific, so I'm gonna do a video breakdown of update 45. If you guys have questions, things that you want me to address in there, ooh, maybe. What are you doing? He's like sliding off the blanket. I'm a cat person in ESO. I forget the name. Probably a Khajiit. It's probably what you are. All right. Well, one of you guys at least joined off the link, so that means the link is not broken. Thank you. I don't know why it just kept saying. It just kept saying hidden, use copy button, and then when I would copy the button, it would just copy the word hidden, use copy button. Tell me a joke. You guys are crazy. You guys come from just for the jokes. Thank you, Vithoria, for the follow. It always depends. Like asking for a joke is always just such a, it's a broad thing. All right. Any specific questions though that you guys have that you want me to address in update 45 video? So I'm going to be working on the video later. So if you guys have things, put them in the chat now, or if you're watching this and I've turned off the stream already, put them in the comments below, ideally on this video, or send them to me on Discord, or write them on the back of a carrier pigeon and send it north or south, depending on your relativity to myself. I can't even speak currently. I can't speak. If you guys just want like a full breakdown, like we could do that. It does. I always try to like answer questions when people have specific questions. Are the old campaign? Yes. Yep. You'll be able to do normal gobbledygook stuff. To my knowledge. I will also make sure that I rewatch certain parts to make sure I get all information correct. Because, for example, they're changing the champion point tree for the green line to make it easier, and I want to make sure that I don't mess that up. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong skills, so I'll make sure that I give you guys the right ones. Will there be better matchmaking for group PvP? Hopefully. Thank you, Mexdex, for the follow. So the thing with matchmaking for PvP is that's not something that's probably going to be addressed in the sense that when they do figure out how to fix it, because they're trying to constantly change MMR and making sure that people don't get kicked out. That's probably not something that's going to be addressed like fully on like a live. We're up to 1863 followers. Woohoo! Are carrier pigeons? I hope not. So like they're looking at MMR changes, so I think that that's just going to get rolled out whenever it gets done. It's interesting too to see how much of the stuff in the studio's notes were in the first update. Thank you, Jones Jackal, for the follow. My cat is currently opening the cupboards in the bathroom. I can hear her opening them. Does anybody else's cats like lay under and then try to open all the cupboards? My cat did this one time, and I was in the kitchen, and she was in a cabinet that I didn't know. Like there should be no reason for her to be in there. It's got like an extra like tea kettle, a rice cooker, nothing that would interest a cat. And I just walk past the cabinet, and I just hear, like I hear like thumping, like thud, 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 thud. And I'm like, why are the kitchen cabinets shuddering? Is my house haunted? And then my cat pops out. And I'm like, what are you doing? There's nothing in this cabinet that interests you. There's nothing cat-esque. There's nothing cat like tempting in here. Like, what are you doing, you little silly goose? So that was an interesting experience. Oh my gosh, there's so much to cover with add-ons though. Oh my gosh, that's such a thing. Think about the changes to the Xbox economy, the community, how many people left for PC because of the add-ons. Think about the future of ESO, because add-ons are, you know, they're trying to shift us towards like the new gen consoles, you know. It's kind of crazy. Maybe crossplay, you know, is on the menu. If you were gonna do crossplay, like this is how you would get started with it, you know. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm sitting in here listening to my cat open my cupboards. She's not like graceful with it either. It'll be made by the player base. They will be player base made add-ons. So I'm gonna get started on the raid. So I'm gonna send that off. I'm gonna send you guys out to the wild. Feel free to join the Discord that I linked just above. I'm gonna send you guys over to there. Thank you, Rosin Lee and Ice Cold Peroni for the follows. I'll do a video. It'll be out later. So if you guys are missing the recap, don't worry, I'll get it to you. Thank you, Gladiator20. I will make sure that you guys get all the video stuff. But as always, if you have questions, comments, ideas, concerns, future suggestions, send them to me. I'm going to send you to Kamel ESO. And then, why does it say only 57 people already? There's more people. That's weird. Well, I'll send the raid over. And we'll see. Does your cat know he's a cat, or is my dog? They think they're human. I think my cat knows that she's a cat. Very confident in her catness. And that is the stream over onto Twitch. I gotta go back to work, YouTube chat. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is a crazy stream.